Hello, everybody. I am so excited to have my first video update for this school year. I like to do this from time to time. It's not a weekly thing, but it is something that I like to do just kind of when there may be something more pressing or something that warrants my actual words versus email words. I just wanted to show you that I have several meetings with new teachers going today and into next week, throughout this week and next week. I met with veteran teachers last week while you guys were getting your feet wet, newbies, and I hate newbies, rookies, I don't know, new to Epic employees. I am super excited though to get to start meeting with you guys and finding out who you are and what you're about and letting you know who I am and what I'm about. So one note I do want to talk about is that ILPs should be done within 10 days of a student being placed on your roster. We need to make sure we have at least made initial contact. I know that you have been given lots of best practices. I will let you know my best practice for that initial contact is a telephone call. I mean, I think an email is fine, especially when you've got like 13 new students all at once, maybe. But I think we set the tone with relationships when we make that telephone call. And so I'm letting you know, I mean, I'm not going to knock you for using an email to reach out to your families for the first time, but I definitely think setting the tone with a telephone call is the most appropriate when our world is already so overrun with email. Anyway, so make sure you are making that contact. Y'all, I'm super stoked about our team this year. We've got a pretty rock star lineup here. We've got several teachers on here who have been A teachers for like every year that they've been at Epic, multiple years. So we have a lot of veteran knowledge on our team on how to succeed doing things the right way. So I thought I'd let you know and encourage you in that. If you aren't on the Voxer, get on the Voxer. Each of you should have been sent a link by now. It is used tremendously, and we will crowdsource information there. I mean, we used it like crazy yesterday in conversations around the bonus quiz. And so things happen there. Veterans, I will rely on you to help out whenever I can't get to the Voxer right away. But definitely use Voxer if you need to turn off notifications and just check it a couple of times a day. That's fine. There will be days that it starts going crazy, but consider it another version of text, and please use it and check it. I love the Voxer app. Hopefully we're not going to abuse it, but we will definitely use it. So there's that. One last thing I wanted to get to here is yesterday's news article. I received many text messages, a couple of phone calls last night. I wanted to let you know I have already spoken with my state representative, who just so happens to be the state rep for Creek County, Sapulpa, which, you know, some of this story has centered around Sapulpa. So I spoke with him last night. I've also had conversations with our co-founder, Ben Harris, and also our CFO, Josh Brock. And so I just wanted to leave you with a little story, okay? Josh Brock, our CFO, at the admin retreat told this story, and I'd heard it once before by the Brock family. They're amazing. It was pretty impactful, and it will be what drives me and hopefully you this year. And so it goes like this. There was a ranch owner who was just having trouble keeping up with all of the things that the ranch had going on. The work got to be too much for him, and so he needed to hire a farmhand. And a guy came and he says, "I'll be your farmhand." And the ranch owner was like, "Awesome. I definitely need you. Tell me a little bit about yourself." And the farmhand says, "I can sleep when the wind blows." And the ranch owner was like, "That's weird, but I like you, so you're hired." And so these guys go, you know, months, and they are working. And this farmhand, he is amazing, and he is mending fences, and he's feeding horses, and he's haying horses, and getting the cows fed, and really just kind of being the right hand man for that ranch owner. And one night, in the middle of the night, the ranch owner comes to the farmhand and he's like, "Hey, there's a storm coming. I mean, we're talking possible tornadoes. I need you to get up. I need your help. We need to get the horses in. We need to get the cows in. We need to seal the barn." And the farm worker says, "No, I'm sleeping." And the ranch owner, he's like, I don't understand. Like, this is happening right now. You've been so good up until this point. What on earth is going on? Why won't you help me?" And the farm worker says, I'm sleeping. I'll help you tomorrow." And so the ranch owner is just ticked at this point, and he says to the farm worker, he's like, "No, you won't. You're fired." And then he leaves. He storms out, and he goes out to get the cows rounded up and to get the horses put in the barn and to seal up the barn. And when he gets out there, he realizes it's already been done. The horses are in the barn. The barn is sealed. The cows have been rounded up and placed in the pen so that all is well when the tornado comes through. And then the ranch owner realizes in that moment that when the farm worker says, "I can sleep when the wind blows," it means he did the job right the first time. And so when the wind starts to come or when the trouble starts to brew, we can sleep well at night. And it's kind of an ongoing hashtag that myself and another principal and Mr. Brock use, hashtag sleep when the wind blows. But I want that to be something that each of you can take to the bank. The OSBI investigation is an investigation that's been open since 2012. No denying that there is an OSBI investigation. They've tried several times to bring charges against Epic, and each time we've been able to show that there's been no wrongdoing. They won't close the investigation, and that's something that's never put in the news. Every time it looks like a new OSBI investigation. The warrant that was served on Epic last night was a warrant served on a single teacher in her home, and her computer and cell phone were seized. And so nobody stormed into the Epic offices yesterday, and I have no idea what's going on there. Just so you know, like, I hope everything's okay there, but it wasn't as if all these papers were seized from Epic. The ghost students. I mean, I had a family of 5 who enrolled in Epic, and they had their friends enroll in Epic, and so I'm giving you some context here. All of them enrolled with an Oklahoma address. One of them, 2 of them were from Tulsa, and one was OKC. And so, what do? I met them for the ILP and realized about 2 months in that this family wasn't meeting. It was a weird situation. One of them was fine. The main family, which is 6 kids, right? I mean, this was a big portion of my roster. They were never available to meet. They lived in Idaho. They had an Oklahoma address, but they lived in Idaho. And we couldn't do it. Once we asked for uh, a bill, I think we asked for an electric bill, and gosh, guys, this was like 7 years ago. Um, they couldn't provide it, and we had to kick them out. I mean, they don't actually live in Oklahoma. You can reside. I mean, you have to reside in the state of Oklahoma to be served by us, and so maybe that's a situation that they're talking about with these ghost students. But I love how the article says ghost students and all these homeschool kids are now dual enrolled. And I'm like, if they're homeschooled, there's no enrollment anywhere. And actually, you're welcome, state of Oklahoma, for putting so many homeschool families on the grid. Like, you can track them now. Anyway, I just wanted to leave you with a little piece of this is fake news. It's about every other week right now that an article is coming out. That is fairly new. We've always had one or two articles a year, but it seems like there is a concerted effort right now. But just know we can sleep when the wind blows. And last night I sent Josh Brock, our CFO, a text message, and it was just like, "Hey, are you okay?" Like right after this story comes out, and he sent back, "Just sleeping." And I want you to know that if the people at the top feel like they can sleep right now, that you should know you can sleep as well. Um, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing week. And I hope I can put to bed a couple of the worries that may be in the back of your head. Have a great day.